here in Kazan at these World University Games, and what a week it's been. And the traditional curtain closer, the men's 4x1 medley team.
Yeah, we've seen European Championships in the past, especially on the short course, the medley team with all sorts of hijinks and games to play.
We've lost that a little bit. They always used to come out in fancy dress costumes and throwing things to the crowd and goodness knows what. Now they're all a bit too professional, aren't they?
No. We have Tribuntsov, Levmagi, Jurisu, Dedyakov, only one. It's the same team. It's the same team for heats and finals for Estonia. They've sprinted well, but I'm not sure they've got the strength in the medley to cope with some of the changes. South Africa go into 8. Zotsi, the winner of the 50 breaststroke. Shankland, a very strong anchor leg. But back in fly, maybe the weak points. The Canadians, Wood, Funk, Allen and Massey Martel. The bandits are out to rob for the medals. The Canadians, the same team, heats and final. It's good to see that kind of spirit, and it's what you'd expect students to get up to. Australia getting the cheers. Treffers, Hadler, Lester, Aboud. Hadler and Aboud have come into the team, strengthening it by 50%. Then looking at United States, it's all change. Conger, the winner of the 100 backstroke. Alexandrov finalled all the breaststrokes. Van Swol just missed a medal in the butterfly. Winalda, well, they're looking for that freestyler. The Italians all change here as well. That's a surprise. And with the women buoyed up, the Italians seem to have come good at the end of the week, the end of the games. In 5, the Russians all change. What would you expect? They put Morozov out on the backstroke. Strelnikov on the breaststroke. The new up-and-coming breaststroker. Koptilov, the bronze medalist from the 100 fly and the butterfly, and Grechin, as you saw, a sprinter, already with a medal from the 50, now anchoring. And in pole position, Shirai comes in, the silver medal from the 100 backstroke. Koseki, Umamoto and Nakamura are the same as the heats. Shirai winning in 53.7 in the 100 individual. So it'll be interesting to see who does what there, especially with some new summers going out, especially with Morozov, sprinter on the back crawl, winning the silver, now being asked to do 100 backstroke for his team.
It's an interesting call, isn't it? I mean, they had 2 finalists in the individual. Melnikov, Borisov. The winner, Shirai of the 100 back, 53.7. Let's see what Morozov can do. I'll be interested to see. We know he can sprint. I know you've been through all of this before, but I just am so excited about watching this guy swim.
Australia's Ben Treffers. He took the 50 backstroke, so he's out there in the lead and he's holding it on. He's putting pressure on the Russians, but the Australians, well, not sure they've got the quartet, but it's a great swim from Treffers. He's just dying a little bit at the end. The 50 specialist just touched out by Japan's Shirai. 53.81.
What was he in the 53.7? Thank you, Drew. Wow. Right on the money. This is not about times, though, is it? This is about the pressure of the race.
And with that pressure and the extra effort and motivation that you have, sometimes your technique just goes to bits, you know, like especially on the breaststroke.
And sometimes you fly higher than you ever dreamed possible. Jason Lezak in 2008. How can anyone forget that?
Well, Kosecki, the winner of the 100, coming through as you would expect, just moving ahead of Alexandrov. Alexandrov has the strength and the power for the 50. Just doesn't seem to be able to have the endurance to hold the stroke over the distance. But a great takeover, of course, from the Americans.
As always, the rest of the world know exactly what the Americans are doing, and they can practice at every opportunity, and still the Americans seem to just do it better than everyone else. We've seen the skills from the Japanese, and we'll see them again at the World Championships. But never fails to impress, does it, the Americans? No. They're just in front of Japan with Russia. And the grandstand finish is all set because they've got 50 metres to go now before the anchor leg, the glory leg of the 100 freestyle on the fly now, and America holding firm.
George Smith in the heats did the same, went out in the butterfly and gave them a really good swim. Coming on the charge, look at Koptilov. He's brought them right back into contention. Three together then, Winalda. The Americans, always great racers. For Japan, Nakamura, and it's Andre Gretchen being asked again to sprint. The Japanese women crying with excitement and support for the team. Gretchen's got them at the 50. Can he hold it?
Can he hold it? That's the question. He's the 50-man, Gretchen. We know the Americans are very professional in their relays. They've just let the field come back to them. And Winalda knows all about what it takes, but this is a race. There's only 25 to go, and the Japanese crowd doing what they can to help their man, and the Russian crowd, thousands of them in here, supporting Russia, and Gretchen's gonna hold on. The big Russian with the long arms just delivers gold. It's the perfect ending, isn't it, really, for these championships? America and Japan have to settle for the minor medals, but what a race, and Gretchen delivers.
3:34, fantastic swim. Went 3:37, it wasn't all that faster. Remember, the world record is 3:27, but they delivered a race to remember. The tiny Nakamura in between the very tall Winalda and Gretchen at the end. He had the effort, he had the drive, he had the determination. He just didn't have the physique. He takes Winalda at the end, but he couldn't catch Gretchen.
Oh, Gretchen was digging very deep there at the end of that 100 free. Went out quickly, caught them all within the first 50 metres, and he was a couple of tenths down off the changeover. And you can see him, he's exhausted now. He's done the 50, come in and done the relay. And the perfect ending for the Russians, and the perfect ending to this swim competition.
To cap it all, the last gold goes to Russia, 3:34.27 to 3:34.41. A very